All right, welcome back to the live stream. I was on like twice, no, I was 3 times yesterday, I believe. Was it 3 times? I don't know. I logged in a couple times yesterday. So here's what we got. Yesterday, I don't even know what happened. I was pondering the meaning of life, I guess. One second. I'm just doing let's do 11. No, let's do 10 to 11. And then son of a monkey. One second. Okay, I was trying to clock I was logged into work. One second. So yeah, this morning, well, I logged into work at 6:30, and normally when I log in, like there's at least three other people that are on, almost always the same three people. And today I logged in and nobody was there. Literally, absolutely nobody for like 30 minutes. And then probably like after 7, one person logged in. Now it's 8 o'clock. I'm logging in, and there's another person. So there's three of us that are active, but nobody's there. Like the main people. Um, none of the main people are here, and we have a meeting in like less than an hour, like 50 some minutes. But I'm not why would you be surprised? Like really though, can you really blame anyone for not wanting to show up? I can't. I mean, you show up. Some of these people have been here years. I think some of these people have been here at least a year or so, at least a year or two, longer than me. The only people that are actually here are the last. So me and the other two people are here are the last people that got hired. Um, yeah, everybody else has been here for quite some time. And again, can you blame them, right? You put in years of faithful service. We are the entire team of the agency. We do the majority of the work, and we're the ones getting cut. So I don't blame them for not wanting to show up to work. A lot of these people are in at least they're in the Eastern time zone. Most of them are Eastern time zone. Um, most of them are Eastern time zone. So if it's 8 o'clock for me, it's 9 o'clock. Some of these people are typically here at like, they're usually here at like 6 o'clock, right? 6 o'clock my time, or 7 o'clock my time, which would be like 8 or 7 their time. It's 9 and nobody's here. I wonder why. Like, actually, though, you gotta, and I don't even wonder why. I know exactly why. If I was at a company for years, waking up early, getting to work, putting in the hours, getting my stuff done, making the agency look good, right? By doing my darndest, doing my best, and I get thanked for that by, sorry, no funding, bye. I wouldn't be happy about that either. Okay. Can you even, you can't blame them. You can't blame them. So, yeah, I just pop in, just see. So we have a meeting. My plan for the meeting, I'm gonna be making a shopping list because what is there to talk about? Like, what is there actually to talk about? I usually am getting numbers done. I always overproduce numbers. They ask for a certain amount. I sometimes do that. Sometimes I do 50% more, sometimes I do 100% more. Like, it depends, it fluctuates, but I always do more than what's required every single week. But that they don't care. The people who pass the budget don't care. Um, so yeah, again, it's like 8 o'clock. I'm gonna keep an eye and see who pops in, but it's crazy. Nobody's here, and you can't blame them. Okay, so yesterday, let's talk about trading. So yesterday, I'm like, okay, being overbought and oversold isn't enough. It isn't enough. There has to be some other trigger. There has to be something else, right? It can't be the end. It can't be the end. There has to be another trigger. So then I thought, okay, because I'm not just making stuff up. This is all stuff that I've traded in the past, right? This is all stuff that I've traded in the past. None of this is new. None of this is new. Um, yeah, absolutely not. None of this stuff is new. So, wow, that is the weirdest candle that ever did form. Okay. Um, so yeah, none of this stuff is new. So here's my thing. I used to trade liquidity sweep. So basically what I would do is I come over here and I had liquidity sweeps here. Oh, look at that. And then I'd wait for it to come up, sweep liquidity, and then I would try. But look at this. Okay, can you even see that? This is a mess, right? Like, when you look at this, it actually looks like garbage. You're like, what the hell is this exactly? What is it? Nobody knows. It's a mess. But you come over here, all of a sudden, it's not looking so bad. Liquidity here, clearly, liquidity here. And so this is what I did this morning, and I'm going to take a screenshot of this actually this morning. So basically, I waited for it to form one of these liquidity bar things. Then I wait for it to sweep that liquidity, right? Once it sweeps, then I entered here. Now it happened to coincide with it also being oversold. I don't know if that's a requirement, but I mean, we're just looking at things right now. But that's what happened, right? And so I'm gonna actually do that now so I don't. Eesh. Let's put the circle here. Okay, and I'm gonna type this out. Swept liquidity sweep with buy back up. I am just noting what happened, right? So let us. And if you do notice, it did come back down for a double take, but then it came back up again. Um, 1 second. Let me just screenshot this. Download. Okay. So I am gonna put that in my thing. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to create another chart. Okay, so look, we've swept this again. We came back to it and there's still liquidity here, and it's pulling two different ones. Which ones? This one It's pulling this one and this one. So there's liquidity sitting up here for selling, which means you want to see a sweep. Exactly, you'd want to see a sweep and then a sell. So that's what we're going to be looking for. I don't know if it's going to correspond, however, with an overbought. Um, I don't know. It might correspond on this chart, but maybe not on the other one, on this one over here. But that's what I'm looking for, because I'm like, okay. It's seeing liquidity. Yeah, seeing liquidity. Who's calling me? I feel like my phone's ringing. Oh, Okay, yeah, so I was watching this one transpire. Looks like we're gonna come all the way back up, but okay, same process, same thing happened. We came up, we swept this very clean sweep, but maybe that's just we've just accepted higher price and then we keep going. I don't have all of the answers just yet, but I don't know. There's still working on it. Still working on it. Market is not open yet. We have 10 more minutes. Um, again, do 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 do. Yeah. But anyways, it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. Yep. Okay. But yeah, seriously though, I just wanna see. That's all. Wanna see what happens. Um, yeah, crazy. It was down here, but I was still negative. I think because of the way that the market has been behaving lately, been misbehaving lately, um, it's not great. It's not great in terms of um I don't know. It's just and I feel like because the margin requirements are higher, there's just more uncertainty. I don't know. I just feel like people aren't trading it because it's like, oh, whatever. So, no, like I said, I want to see some form of continuation. Um, even if it's small. Even if it's small. Um, because this should be considerably more than what it is, but it's not. And there's your one brick continuation, which could be enough. Could count that as a win. I'm not counting it as anything. I just want to see it go. Want to see it go 30 ticks. It doesn't want to go. Cool. But I'm doing 30 ticks because that's what I need to pass and pass an eval. Exactly. That's what I need to pass an eval is um is 30 ticks. So that's why I have it specifically set to 30 ticks like every single time. Um, do 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 do. But yeah, you get your one brick, and then it came all the way back up. But that's okay because we're just we're in a testing phase right now. Okay, we're testing what works, what doesn't work, what are we seeing, what are we seeing, and what I'm seeing is liquidity swept, and then we started doing this whole thing. We did come down, but now we're hesitating, and it's very similar to what happened. Um, sorry, very similar to what happened. See, because if I was using my just wait for it to be overbought, oversold, this is where I would sell. Literally right here. You would sell here because this is where we had our first crossover. So I'd be waiting to sell here and then hope it comes all the way wherever my um take profit is. The problem is there's always a problem. The problem is there's always a problem, but I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is look at that. We're negative, but we shouldn't be, right? I think that has to do with just what is the margin. Yeah, the spread is point nine point okay, it was point nine, now it's 0.5. But that's like bad. Like actually bad. Um see, why is it that close? but yet so far away? That's my question. We just passed it and we're not taken out of the trade. You saw that, right? We swooped down, came into this, and it didn't take us out. So make that make sense. And now we're doing this whole thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, that should have taken us out right there. And it didn't. Don't know why, but I didn't. But it didn't. And now we're just chopping around, messing around, doing absolutely nothing. Exactly. Um, my concern, see, I think this is why the markets or the people, the prop firms don't want people trading these because if it won't even fill me on a paper trading account, this is paper trading and it won't even fill me. It should have, right? Because the low, look at the low. The low is 90.8 and this is set at 91. So it went 2 ticks past where it should have taken me out and it didn't, and it didn't. That's the problem. It went 2 ticks past where it should have taken me out and it didn't. And so um if it's not even going to take me out of the trade due to whatever the heck is going on, right? It makes it extremely difficult to trade this. So I get why they're oh, you can't even see. Well, you can, but it's just hard. Let me make this easier. Yeah. Cool, 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 cool. But yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, if it can't even be bothered to take me out of the trade, then that's a problem. It's actually a problem. Okay, let me go over here. Let's go to our download. Let's copy. Oh, it actually took me out. Finally. Okay, it had to come back. Um, Copy. Like, part of me wants to get excited, like, oh, I have discovered something. But then the other part of me is like, don't get excited, Lizzie. This is just more craziness. Did I copy that? 1 second, let me make sure this is copied. Copy. So yeah, I got a meeting in 30 minutes. During the meeting, I'm making a shopping list. Right after the meeting, I'm going to charge the car. Then I'm going shopping. Then I'm coming back, and then maybe I'll work. Because again, like I said, again, RSI context images. So this was Monday. Let's do a paste, and we're gonna call this one Tuesday. What time is it? Let's say it's 7 a.m. 2.1026. Okay. Basically, taking, yikes, I'm taking screenshots of instances where I'm trading based off RSI. Okay, so like here, you entered before the RSI exactly, but let me draw some stuff on here. I'm gonna delete it right after, but let's write a note. Swept liquidity sell. Because again, okay, now we're coming up for a double take. Oh, okay, actually, no, we never came back down. Oops. 1 second. Screenshot download. Boom, 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 I forgot to say that it didn't coincided with an overbought. Okay, never mind. Anyways. Oh, the market's open. What? I didn't even draw my lines. No. Okay. Hold on. This is bad. Let me delete some stuff here. 1 second. 1 second. So I still have time. Delete. Okay. Let's pull up this chart. This is very irritating. Okay. I didn't even draw my levels, but let's just draw the high since we're already here. Oh boy. Okay, this is your high. 1 second. Hi. Goodbye. Hello. How are you? Okay, this one has to close. Okay, so wait for this to close. Okay. Okay. Okay, candle closed. Wait for a sell. Oh, never mind. So sad. Okay, wait for a sell. It has to close above and hold above, which is not doing. Don't have all day. The best days are when it does what it needs to do, like early on. And this is not one of those days, is it? Okay, hopefully we stay above. We just need to stay above this line. That's all we have to do. Okay, where's 7:30? All the way down here. Okay, this is going to be a very wide range. That started way back there. Okay. Hello. How you doing? Are we closed? No? Yes? Okay, we closed. We closed above. So now you want an over. Well, now we're overbought. So there's that. We closed above. Gotta see a pullback. This has gotta be a huge range. Let me measure this. Oh, it looks so big, but it's not. It's only 374. I think that's smaller than yesterday's range. Maybe. Okay, there is your pullback. I want to see green. I want to see green, green, green. Oh, there's your green. Oh, wait. It closed inside technically. Oh, never mind. Okay, doesn't count. Does not count. It just kind of closed down the line. I want to see a clear closure above. PM range was what, 378? It was 370 something, wasn't it? 1 second, let me measure that again. 378 or 9, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Is there news today? There is no news today. 1 second. No, wait, I think there is news today. Economic calendar, there should be news. MOM. At what time? 7:30. Okay. News was at 7:30. Was at 7:30. Okay. Back into the range. We have not broke. This is bad news for me. Bad news because now I'm going to have to sit here and watch this, and I don't want to. Okay. So we broke early and we couldn't hold either time. This time we did hold, but then we were looking for a buy and then we didn't. We came all the way back into the range, so we had to wait. And then we closed on the line, broke it again. So yeah, no, there is just no trade right there. Um, Now if you pop over here, hello friends. There was also no trade on the RSI, even though we're oversold here. Oh, sorry, overbought here. We were not overbought here. So there was really nothing to do. Yeah. Okay. Was I in the middle of saving something? Oh yeah, I did save something at 8:30 exactly. Okay. Let's copy. Okay, so the whole key with the liquidity pools and sweeps, I mean, oh, what's this? It says error on bar 20,200 and requested historical offset open in editor. What is that? Okay. That's weird. Hold up, let's go to settings. Visibility. I don't know what it wants. What's this? Well, I said only Wix before. Did that remove certain things? No, it doesn't look like it. Look, nothing changed. Okay, for some reason I had to go back in and put it back on the chart. So here is your liquidity right here, formed here off of this wick, came back into it, and then sold. This might be one of those things that you kind of have to open and then close and put it back on the chart. Oh, gosh. Okay. We're back to where? Exactly right here. this is where we broke initially. Okay, what time is it? 8:40. Um, but yeah. What was I even saying? I don't remember. Okay. Ooh, right back down into that liquidity sweep that we just did. Let's see if we buy up from it. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. But it could. It could. Um, but no. So this is what I will be putting the majority of my time and energy into, gosh, into testing. Hmm. Yeah, so this is where I'll be putting a lot of my time into testing and stuff. But I'm still gonna be collecting screenshots from my original strategy. It's just that it's not gonna be as I don't know. You see, the thing that I like about Renko and liquidity is that liquidity doesn't care about time. It cares about price. It cares about price movement. And so when you're on a time-based chart such as this, montage. Well, oh yeah, I was asking Google a question earlier. Um, what was I saying? No, not that. Not that. What is even that? Oh, that was the other thing. Okay. Yeah, so what was I saying? Liquidity doesn't care about time. That's why when you put liquidity on here, wait for it, you get all this noise and all this mess because it's looking for wicks. And oh, there was a wick over there, and then there was that, and there was this thing, and that, and all of that stuff. And it becomes confusing. But over here, because time is perfectly spliced into blocks, exactly. Because time is perfectly spliced into little blocks that represent the movement of price, because of that, because it's looking at the actual movement of price instead of a bunch of wicks and things and all this stuff happening. It's looking, here, hmm. Then it can easily well, it can much more easily, which doesn't sound like a real word, but it can more easily look for uh, liquidity based off of price instead of liquidity based off of time. Okay, now we're oversold. Okay, good to see. We're oversold. We're oversold. We're coming down. We are oversold before coming all the way down to the low, which is interesting. Very interesting. Already oversold, and we just created our 15-minute range is now complete. Very interesting. I say we continue selling. I don't know. I don't know. That is crazy. Okay. But no. So um hold up. I'm gonna scroll all the way back to whatever day this was. And then I'm gonna come back. Okay, there. Yeah, sometimes I have to scroll back to the day because if you're on a Rango chart, it'll just automatically keep going. Anywho, hmm. So yeah, we just sold a bunch, and then we just kind of stalled. We were trading at in the 2000s and then the 2 and 3000s, and then once we broke this and we had this huge move down, there was less participation in that move, which tells you what? That it could be a weak move. Okay, we just broke the low. Finally, hopefully, we close and I can get my screenshot for my other strategy. Let's see if we can get that closed in 7 seconds. 6, oh, come on. 3, yes. 2, 1, and closed. Boom, perfect. Okay, now, oh, no, 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 no. Sorry, 1 second. I have to do this first. Okay, so now we're waiting for a green. Wait for a green break to form. I know. So green break is your pullback. There you go. There's your pullback. See how far. Okay, there. That was bad. That was really, really, really bad. I mean, I entered, but that was really bad. In that, okay, I entered, like, I saw this turn, but then it just kept going and going and going. Okay, I feel like this is a good place to close position. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so that's one of those, yikes, one of those instances. If you don't take me out of this trade, I'm going to be mad. Okay. So this is one of those instances. Look, it dropped 1, 2, 3 bricks before there was an entry, right? 3 bricks before there was an entry. But I mean, it still went, just barely. Okay, so let me circle that. Okay, because that is information. Let's pay attention to what's happening here. So this is your crossover to sell. I mean, sorry, to buy off of this pullback. This would have been your buy. Obviously, I could not buy. Okay. Yikes. Going back down. Yikes. Okay, 1 second. I need to do, there's too many things to do and not enough time to do them. Hold on. I'm gonna draw an arrow right here. Right there. Okay, this is the problem. Entered after pull back 3 brick down in 1 sec. Bad entry still went. I mean, that's all I could say, really. So this is what my comment is on this. Hold on. I need to screenshot this. Download image. Okay, now I need to do this one. So this swept, right? What happened here? Yikes. I have a meeting to go to very soon. Okay, so what happened here was we swept our pre-market oversold. And then you enter here, right? Okay, so let me just write that out. I already got this, so swept pre-market oversold by let's take this, delete. Okay, and delete this as well. Okay, so I'm gonna screenshot and download this, and now I have 2 to do. I have 8 minutes before the meeting. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Careful. Let's open this so we can see it. Okay, so we're gonna go to downloads. Yikes. Okay, so this last one I just did, we're gonna copy this, copy, and we're gonna put it in RSI. Okay, paste. 1 second. Okay, so this is also a Tuesday. 8, let's say 9 a.m. to 10:26. Okay. And then we're going to go back to downloads and we're going to take this one, copy. Then we're going to go to trading chart images. I'm going to paste this in here. Error, there's always an error. Okay. 1 second. Tuesday, Feb 10, 2026. Just load already. The 4th. Okay. Okay, so this one, let's make sure everything is correct. I would like to make my breakfast burrito before the meeting starts. Okay, so basically I said entered after pullback, which was here, but there were 3 bricks down in 1 second. Bad entry still went, right? So it was 1, 2, 3, and then the entry was on this one. It still went, but we just got a bad fill because of how fast it jumped down. And you can also see the pre-market range. And I said MOM was at 7:30. You can see it right there. Although you can't actually, probably maybe can't see it because of the way my chart looks. Hold on. Oh, well, it does say it up here somewhere. Okay, so that is that one. Now let's go to RSI and Tuesday at 9. So let's look at this one. This is the one that we missed because we were doing the other thing. But the whole key of what I'm looking for is I'm looking for us to sweep something before we buy back up, because liquidity has to sit somewhere. It has to sit somewhere. Liquidity is sitting somewhere. Now, we didn't get that there was liquidity sitting. We didn't get that over here via our, our liquidity sweeps indicator, but we still swept something. What did we sweep? We swept the pre-market, swept pre-market low. I didn't say low, but we swept the pre-market low. We were oversold, and then we buy. Plain and simple as that. Swept pre-market low, oversold, buy. Just how like here we swept liquidity, and we sold. And now we've bought considerably. Well, maybe let me see where we are now. That was just okay. Yeah, we've bought considerably up. We've bought up from here, bought up 180 ticks. We've bought up 180. So yeah, this isn't just some crack pot idea. I'm looking for things that push the market in a direction, not just overbought, not just oversold, but what drives movement. Liquidity drives movement. Where does liquidity sit? At pre-market highs and lows. It sits at pre-market highs and lows. It sits at session highs and lows. It sits at, these liquidity pools. Anyways, I got a meeting in like 2 minutes, and apparently general counsel will be showing up to the meeting, so I can't be late because that would be bad. Okay, not that I care. Oh, someone already started the meeting before. I'm gonna join the meeting. It says there's 4 other people here. I wanted to make my burrito. Okay, well, that's all I have for right now. I will, yikes. Okay, 6 people have joined now.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Anyways, what was I saying? Okay, so that's the key, and that's what I'm looking for. As I'm looking for how often, right?
Guys, I'm in this full leg cast.
Oh, 1 second. So that's the thing that I'm hold up. Hold up. Yeah, that's the thing I'm looking for. Is I'm looking for, if we sweep something, right? Sweep a place where there's liquidity sitting, are we more likely to run the opposite direction? Are we more likely to get a continuation in the opposite direction, right? Get a reversion. if we sweep liquidity, right? If we're sweeping liquidity, if we're sweeping a pre-market, that's what we're looking for. Okay, I gotta go to my meeting.